All right, and we are now live and in living color. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. My name is Ray, your host of the podcast, of course, and I am currently waiting for our guest, Julio, the Mexican Picker. He's known as the Mexican Picker on TikTok and on Instagram. So while we wait for our guest to come on, we're also waiting for my co-host Dustin. So I figured, hey, let's not let's not hold hold you guys up any longer. Um, let's not hold you guys up for any longer. Let's go live, say hi to the good people. Of course, it's the Christmas season. I hope everyone has gotten their Christmas shopping done. I hope your fourth quarter has been absolutely amazing. So, guys, the best way that you can support the podcast, like always, is leave a 5-star review with a written review and make sure you subscribe to the podcast, guys, because that's going to bump us up in the podcast algorithm. And of course, you can listen to it and now you can watch it on Spotify as well. So let's just say hi to some people in the chat because they are super important to what we do here. We have Miguel, the comedian, says, "Sup, good to see you, Miguel. Miguel, I would like to hear some jokes. You claim to be a comedian on here. Let's hear some jokes, Bubba. Let's see. What is your go-to joke? Do you have any kind of Christmas puns? Like, let's say I heard a good joke, good Christmas pun the other day. It said, I think it goes something like, "What happens when you eat the Christmas decorations?" Does anybody know what happens when you eat Christmas decorations? So let's wait to see if anybody gets that. What happens when you eat Christmas decorations? Here we go. We got Dustin jumping in. What's up, D-Man?
What's up? How's the mic?
Hey, what's that?
How's the mic sound?
Sounds good. It sounds good. So we are live now, Dustin. Just to let you know.
Oh snap!
So we're waiting on Julio. So I
Julio
hope
Jones?
he's
No, I'm
okay.
kidding.
Julio Rodriguez, actually. So I hope he's okay. He was on here earlier, so I wonder what's going on. But I said to myself, let's go ahead and jump on. Let's not keep the people waiting. So what's up, Dustin? How has been your week of reselling?
Had a couple sales this week. A couple.
You had some good ones.
Sold that iPhone earlier this week.
Speaking
Um,
of the iPhone that Dustin just sold, we do have a pre-recorded um we do have a pre-recorded video of when Dustin actually found the iPhone. So if you guys want to check that out, it's the last video that we have here. And tell us a little bit about that. Just tell us a little bit about how you found that iPhone, Dustin, and what you sold it for, the condition that it was in, all that good stuff.
uh, it was an open box condition when I found it, but found it at the bin store. It was in an Amazon renewed box. You would not think it would have been an iPhone in there, but popped it open. The iPhone was just looking at me. There it was, iPhone 8 Plus. It was all white, 64 gig, and it was unlocked too. And when it's unlocked, they sell a whole lot faster than any other phones like T-Mobile, Verizon, stuff like that. So, but it was almost new condition,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So how do you know? How did you know that the iPhone was unlocked?
Uh, just looking up other Amazon renewed phones that were being sold, iPhones really, and every single one of them said unlocked. So I was like, since Amazon
Gotcha.
renewed, it's got to be unlocked, for anybody to use.
Nice.
So, yep,
Nice.
it was a
So
great find
before
for
you
sure.
jumped on, Dustin, oh, for sure, for sure. And again,
Hmm.
guys, if you want to check out that video, it's the last pre-recorded video. And how much did you pay for the phone, Dustin?
$7 plus tax. Probably
Seven
seven. I
dollars
don't know.
plus tax, and you sold. I
Hmm.
think taxes with tax, I think it would be $756. Don't quote me.
Yeah, probably right around there. Right around
Is
there.
is the
Sold it.
microphone off to the side?
It is.
Okay. See if you can put it in front of you.
I can turn up
Can
the
you do
volume
that?
a little bit. I don't really have any
Well,
room to
it's
put it.
fine. I think it would just be better in front of you because it'll catch.
Try that right now.
You know.
I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
turn the volume up.
Okay, cool. So, Dustin, I was telling a joke before you jumped on. So, a Christmas related joke, since we have Miguel the comedian on here. So I figured, hey, why not tell some Christmas related jokes? So, Dustin, if you were to eat, what happens when you eat Christmas decorations?
That's a good question.
You'll get
I don't know.
you'll get tinsel-itis.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a good one, right? I got another one for you. What do elves learn in school?
Why you hit me all these jokes I've never heard of before?
They're Christmas related jokes.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know. Hit me with it.
The alphabet.
The alphabet. That's great.
That's a good one. You can take that one to the bank for sure. So,
Maximum
we have
sticker.
Julio
He's
is
here.
he's here. So we'll pop him in here, guys. Julio,
man, sorry, bro.
what's up, man?
I was having I had to like update my Chrome on my computer.
Oh man, I should have sent you that thing earlier, man. My bad.
No, you're good, bro.
My bad, man. But you doing okay?
Yeah, man. I was just waiting until when I seen the pop.
Okay,
I was like,
awesome.
oh. So.
Yeah, that's man. Fun. My bad. But Julio, this is my brother-in-law, Dustin. Dustin, this is Julio. This will be the first time that you guys actually meet.
What's up,
but Julio, yes, I'm really excited about today's interview because I follow you on social media, and I think that I don't know what you do is super interesting, and just I feel like I've gotten to know you a little just by following you on social and doing your tips and tricks and things that you sell. But for the people that may not know you, Julio, like, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, like how you got into reselling, how long you've been into reselling, is reselling your full-time job, like all that good stuff, like tell us your origin story, how like Peter Parker became Spider-Man, but like how Julio Rodriguez became the Mexican picker. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Man, it all started from listening to a podcast. Because I didn't know. I had signed off with eBay probably like 10 years ago, not knowing what it was. I didn't know it was actually people selling stuff to just random strangers, and so I heard about it on a podcast about 6 years ago. And I was working at I used to deliver uniforms, so I was doing that. I was there for 10 years. And I heard about this couple like selling. I'm like, what? Like, there's people selling, like you can actually sell stuff online. I was listening to them, and I kind of got hooked, and I started doing watching YouTube videos and listening to other podcasts. And I put my first thing up, man. I was like hooked as soon as we sold the first thing. But within a year of me doing eBay and working my full time, I started making more than what I was making at my job. So that kind of like man, there's something here. And before I was working about 14, 15 hours a week, and then I play in a mariachi, so on the weekends I was always gone, and I was not seeing my family hardly any. So after a year of doing eBay, I told my wife, like, should we just go on and just go all in and see what happens? And we've been doing it for 6 years now, and full time.
Let's go.
And that's awesome. And you make a full-time living at it.
Yep.
Besides, we'll get into your part-time job as a mariachi, here pretty soon, because I think that's super interesting
Mhm.
from his Mexican-born Mexican here.
Yep.
That's my roots, baby. And
Yeah.
Dustin's over here married to my sister, so he's basically
Yep.
as Mexican as I am. You know what I mean? So it's like it's great, man. So we'll definitely get into that. So when you were working your other job, what were you delivering uniforms? Was it like Cintas or like Aeromart or like
It was Universe. I
okay.
worked it was and I started when I first started there, I was kind of started from the bottom where like we were emptying out trucks and getting all the nasty stuff out of the trucks and
Oh
doing all
yeah.
that. That's where I started. And then I moved
Okay.
up, started doing the washing and putting orders for the loads for the ones that were in the trucks, and then I finally got in the truck and started doing a route, driving around everywhere.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. And do you remember the podcast that you were listening to that gave you that initial spark?
It was secondhand pickers.
Secondhand
Okay.
pickers. Okay. And
Yeah.
are they still doing their podcast?
Not
Do you know?
anymore.
No.
Oh dang.
No, I don't think they even resell anymore.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy how it's like they may not be doing reselling anymore or have a podcast or whatever, but it's like that initial seed that people
Mhm.
plant into different people. And it's like if they planted a seed with you, and now it's like, man, you've been doing it full time for 4 years now, you said?
Yeah, about 6 years now.
6 years, which
That's
is
crazy.
oh man, that's incredible. That's incredible, dude. And we'll
And
definitely, get into the nitty-gritty on that. But that initial conversation that and I always like to ask people that go from, leaving their quote unquote jobs to going into reselling full time, like that conversation they have with their family and their significant others, and I know that you have a family.
yeah,
Did you have I don't know if I guess you had a family before, when like how was that conversation with your wife, and knowing that you're the as Hispanics, like we are, we're
yeah.
born, we're taught to be the breadwinners and
Mhm.
provide for your family like no matter what. So it's like that conversation, was it like scary for you, or just like tell us a little bit about that?
I think it was because I was thinking about it, and it was kind of hard to tell my wife, like especially because we already had 2 kids when I
Mhm.
did it, and I was like, man, like I saw my wife, and she was kind of all in on it when I first told her, but I was kind of like worried about like I was kind of more worried to tell my dad and my mom. I don't know why,
Yep. I know
but
It can be scary.
I know
It
that
can be
where that
scary.
comes from.
because they were telling me
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea, and like half pretty
Yeah.
much
Because they
everybody.
don't know, like
What's
go
up?
ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean to cut you up. Go ahead.
even the employers like where I was at, they're like you like they were trying to convince me not to do it, but they just wanted me to stay. That was their
Mhm.
reason of it.
Mm.
But then they kind of assured me like if it doesn't work out, we'll take you back. So that kind of gave me the
Oh, that's
edge of
awesome.
I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's give it a go and see what happens.
That's awesome. And I'm sure that that comes with you being a really good worker, someone
Yeah,
that people like, working for and working with.
yeah,
And I always tell people that when never burn any kind of bridges,
mhm,
because you never know,
Nope.
what those people are gonna, down the road, how they can help you, or how you can help them. You like you
Mhm.
never if you leave a job, I wouldn't want to quit, right off the bat, put in your 2 weeks, do what you're supposed to do, have character, do the responsible thing. Cause, I'm not gonna say like I don't believe in like karma or anything like that, but it's just like it's just good character and just overall the
yeah.
good thing to do. You know what I mean?
I
So
I gave them
I'm
like
glad that you can, they let
I gave them 3 months notice just to kind of like so I can get that like if something happens I can just come back.
Right.
That was my
yeah.
distinction.
Okay. Well, Julio, let's say hi to some people in the chat because I know they've been waiting here, and we just want to make sure to, you know, just give props to the people. And we really appreciate everyone coming on and listening to this. And again, if you want to listen to the audio version of the podcast, This Week in Reselling. It's available everywhere you listen to the podcast. And guys, if you want to follow Julio on his reselling adventures, all of his links are down in the description below. TikTok, Instagram, and I don't know if you have anything else, Julio, that we can plug. I don't know if you want to put your eBay channel out, or eBay page out there. Some people, want to be private with that sometimes, but
yeah, I got 2 accounts on eBay. I can share one of them for sure.
Okay, awesome. So we'll make sure you can plug that. But let's say hi to some people. We have Rocio Rodriguez. Is that your wife or
my sister?
Your sister? Nice. This is awesome. So, and of course we have our friend Jeremy with Colts Comics. He says all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. So we love Jeremy. He's actually been on our podcast twice. So good to see you, Jeremy. We have Joni. She says, finally here for the beginning of the live. Good to see you, Joni. Joni is like a Nashville bins expert, and we keep telling her we need to go to the bins, to the Goodwill bins with her, because I feel like she does it a lot. Julio, have you ever been to the Goodwill bins?
I've been once, and the only reason is because there's one about an hour and 30 minutes away.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty far.
Yeah, so that's why I don't go. But we do have Goodwill auctions down here.
Hey,
what is that? Tell us a little bit about that.
Monday through Friday mornings, they have auctions down at one of our Goodwills. They pretty much put everything in buggies and they line them up, and then you're betting on each line. So if you win the bid, you can pick out of the line which bin you want to take.
So are they in like shopping carts or just bins?
Like big bins.
Okay. Do you get to look in the bins at all before?
Yeah, you got 30 minutes before. So you can do the 30 minutes before and start looking. So that's what we got down here.
So do you do that a lot? Do you buy the bins?
I don't I haven't gone in a long time, but it's a good place to to get inventory for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Where do you get the majority of your inventory?
Mine is thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and I got a couple of places that I do business with that own thrift stores. Just because I let them know what I did, and I've been going there for a very long time. So I kind of told one of the guys like with the stuff I'm always looking for, and he'll holler at me like, "Hey, I got some of this stuff. You want to come look at it?" I'm like, "Okay." That backdoor,
it's always great.
Awesome.
Building relationships.
That's
exactly.
Key, man. That is so key.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say hi to more people in the chat. We have Crispy with Crispy Flips, Crispy Toys and Treasures. Make sure to follow him. We have our good friend Marie. We love her. She's always showing so much love. And then we have the Nicely Seller.
Nice City Seller.
Nice City Seller. Good to see you. Rocio says, that's my brother, baby. Let's do it. Good to see you. We have Adopted Retro Specs. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Glad you can make it on. And then we have Crispy. It's so funny hearing about all the people that started reselling because of social media. If it wasn't for my layoff 2 years ago, I would never know that there were resellers on YouTube. LOL. We definitely have to have that story, Crispy. We definitely have to have you on the pod. So we have Shay, the MD picker, is also joining us. So good to see you, Shay. Shay is actually she just started TikTok not too long ago, and she just hit like 1,000 subs like super easy. So we're always, I always encourage people that if you haven't joined TikTok, do so because it's cool. What do you think? What do you think, Julio? Do you like it?
Bro, I love it. My daughter got me into it, and the Wise Picker, they were the ones that got me into it. And dude, I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a way to, what's trending on there. It's a way to make some extra money on eBay, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People forget that you can get monetized, and then you can make money, and then it's just we're all entrepreneurs. We want to make sure that we're getting money every which way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, so this is funny. Crispy says, do you all know that Ray knows his sign is missing an L? My sign right here, It's clearly missing an L. So funny story is
Like
that
and subscribe. Like it.
yeah. So funny story is that it fell the other day, and I couldn't find the L. I mean, it wasn't the other day. It's been a while since it's fallen. So I haven't found the other L. I guess I took an L, not trying to find the L. So I figured my thought process was, should I put this sign up because it does say subscribe and people see it? And I thought to myself, people are going to notice that the L is missing, so they're going to pay more attention to the sign. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like, well, that exactly. So it's intentional. It is intentional. So we have Wiki Picks. He says, "What's up, Mexican Picker?" He's awesome. We have so many people that we want to have on here. It's great. It's great. So Crispy says, "LOL." Yes. One day, guys.
We should do like a New Year's Eve thing. Like have someone on every like 10 minutes or something or every hour or something.
Oh, Dustin, I think you have something there.
I do. My brain this weekend has been just exploding of great ideas.
Yes, he's full of great ideas this week. Great ideas. So Christopher says, "LOL, everyone around me kept asking when I would be called back to the casino. Now I'm back and I'm miserable. They all kept saying go back. Oh man, I didn't know that you went back, dude. We definitely have to have you on.
He works at just to go to the casino.
Ooh, right.
Yeah.
All right. We have Antonia. She says, I'm the wife. He's the best. So she may be a little biased, you know. She may be a little biased, you know. So WikiPick says, glad to see the whole family supporting him. I love it. See, we gotta go and support for sure. So Julio.
Yeah.
So real quick, you know, now that we got to know you a little bit, let's get to know you a little bit more. Okay. So one of the things that we like to do on the podcast is we like to play a little bit of a game. All right. So the game is called Overrated, Underrated, and we give you 10 different subjects, 5 being reselling related and 5 not being reselling related. And you let us know, in your opinion, if they're overrated or underrated.
All right.
What do you think about that?
All right, let's do it.
You ready? All right. But before we do that, Julio, we just want to make sure we give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, and that is poppingofftoys.com. I don't know, Julio, if I know that you like to sell toys. Yeah. Have you ever sold any Funko Pops before?
Yes, I have.
All right. So you know that some of these Funko Pops can be worth some big money.
Man,
you know?
Definitely.
Yeah. So poppingofftoys.com, you know, they are the leading provider of Funko Pops, and we do have a discount code for you guys. If you use the code Nashville Flippers, you will receive 10% off your entire order on poppingofftoys.com. One of the really cool things that they do, Julio, is they have these things called mystery sales. They just had one and it's sold out, where for $24 you can do, it's kind of like a surprise gift. Okay. So for $24, like this one is a Marvel mystery sale. So they have some grails in here that are worth hundreds of dollars. Funko Pops, like they had a Stan Lee Funko Pop that's worth $150 that you could win, you know, for $24, or they have a list of just regular common ones that you can get. And they had one recently for Marvel, and they had a Star Wars one, which had a Freddy Funko. As you can see here, it's a Freddy Funko Star Wars edition, and that one is worth $610.
And
so you could have won it for $24.99. It's
that's worth it.
So they do that all exactly, and they do it all the time. They do this all the time, guys. And you look right now, you can get free shipping on $75 or more an order. And if you use the code Nashville Flippers, you'll get 10% off. So it's a win-win, guys. Win-win for sure. So Julio, let's get into overrated, underrated, my friend.
Let's do it.
Let's start it off. Dustin, number 1, sir.
Micheladas, overrated, underrated.
They are underrated.
Let's go.
I agree.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely agree.
I wish I had a michelada right now.
God, so many people are missing out. Definitely.
So
You know,
for someone
yeah,
that may not know, Julio, for someone that may not know what a michelada is, could you quickly describe it to the people?
it's clamato, lemon, hot sauce, pepper, salt, and beer.
Mm-hmm.
And was it a tahini?
It's
And
all
dude, it's
Yep.
bomb. I've been
it's
introduced
bomb.
to
And
a
I
lot
know
of people.
different people, they put all kinds of crazy stuff in
Oh,
there.
yeah. We got over here where I live, we got a drive-through that does all
I
these
mean,
special.
what do you put?
Cut out.
What's that? I'm sorry, you cut off a little bit there, Julio.
Oh no, we have a
Can you hear
place
me?
down here that is like a drive-through, and they'll make special micheladas with shrimp and fruit and all kinds of goodness.
Oh, it's good. Dustin, what do you think about micheladas?
I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm. And just people just don't know about them.
Well,
They're great for
I know.
hair of the dog. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So guys, next time you're at a bar, next time you're at a Mexican restaurant, and if you like Bloody Marys, you're gonna love micheladas.
Oh,
Trust me. They're way better.
Yeah.
You're gonna love them. So let's get into overrated, underrated number 2, Julio. Let me see if I lost my list. Garage sales.
They're underrated to me. People, I think people just don't realize how much crazy money there is out at garage sales, because that's where that's where the stuff begins. Then goes to the thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Exactly.
Oh man, and you can leave your business cards to the people before, like you can let them know, like, hey, here's my card if you want to call me before you actually take it to a thrift store. Let me get at it and see if I can just buy it all.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely underrated.
I agree with that for sure.
Nice. Now, do you do that often? Do you do that often? Is give your business card out to people at garage sales?
Yeah, I do. I let them especially for like I always let them know that I'm looking for video games. I'm pretty sure half of the people do it too. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Go.
How often does that bring good luck, or what's like the conversion rate from, for let's say if you give them 50 business cards, how many of those 50 people, how many usually give you a call back?
Less than 10%. It's usually really low.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's good to give them. I used to do the
Really
phone number
low?
thing. Yeah, it's really low.
Maybe like one. Okay.
We good?
All right. All right. So let's move on. We have Utah Buccaneers. He just popped in. So good to see you. Glad you can jump on this. So let's move on to the next one here. Question number 3.
Number 3, overrated, underrated hibachi restaurants.
What are the hibachi restaurants?
I like the Japanese restaurants that cook in front of you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I think they're overrated. I've been to a couple, and the skills that I see on TV or wherever, they're not comparable sometimes. They hype them up a lot.
Yeah,
they do.
It's
we went to one a couple of days ago, and yeah, I would definitely say, yeah. You know how sometimes though they do like the fire thing?
Yeah.
Like, well, the one we're at, that chain cannot do it anymore. If someone actually got like burned during the process, yeah, it's bad.
We're actually gonna go Tuesday for my nephew's birthday to one. I haven't gone to one in a long time, so
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
about the only time we go.
Yeah,
once a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, like Dustin said, I think they're overrated, especially the one that we went to. It was a little rough, wasn't it, Dustin?
Real rough.
So
for sure.
Real rough, man.
Yeah.
Real rough.
Yeah,
So let's move on here. The nice, I can't say it. Nice city, right?
Nice
city. Yeah.
Nice City Seller says, I agree. Hibachi is completely overrated. And especially sometimes they charge a lot, man. You know?
Oh,
They do.
Yeah.
They make it sound like a good deal, like get two entrees for $40, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, great deal. No.
Nope.
No. Especially what you get, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the food can be terrible. So
yeah.
That
all
is
right,
true.
let's move on. Overrated, underrated, number 4, selling toys on eBay, Julio. I know that you like to sell a lot of toys, so overrated, underrated.
Underrated. Especially with the vintage, people don't realize how valuable those things are. It's just, which I'm kind of glad though, because that makes more money for us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, got that right.
Yeah, for sure. I know. Was it MD Picker? She does a lot of toys too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She kills it on toys.
A lot.
Yeah, dude. Toys are money, especially the old ones.
So when you're out in the thrift store or you have your contacts, so what kind of toys are you looking for, Julio?
I try to look for the, what is it called? I like to look for the Transformers, the Autobots, GI Joes, Reselling.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of those other ones. I think they were the Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah. And to tell you the from before, when you asked me where I like to go, I do a lot of retail too. A lot of retail stores.
Yeah, because some toys
like retail arbitrage
clearance for sure.
Yeah. And that I can tell you guys a little later after this about the retail stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
I got into that.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, we'll talk behind the scenes too, because all of us, we have our own little secrets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our own little honey holes for sure.
Oh yeah.
So we have Crispy says that toys are definitely underrated. I know, and that's one of the things. I know that Dustin and we both love selling toys. If we could just sell toys and video games, it would be great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, money.
Yeah, dude.
If only we could find all the rare video games possible, but that's not always the case.
I mean, that would be.
Mm-hmm. Give me all the GameCube.
What's the rarest video game you found, Julio?
The rarest one. I found a console. It was the VR, the virtual boy.
Okay.
The virtual boy was, and then I found it at a thrift store. Man. Yeah, it was complete with the game. It worked. It was just awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of work of art.
How much did you buy it for?
$75.
How much
did you end up selling it for?
And how much did you sell it for?
$350.
Whew. Dang.
Yeah. It was clean, dude. Super clean.
Ooh. That's awesome.
I kept it for a while, but it does. It makes your. I mean, it does mess with your eyes for sure. If you're playing,
I don't see how people can do that. Like
I couldn't do it, man.
No.
I wonder if that's the reason why they don't. Like it didn't do well when it sold.
I think I heard that was one of the reasons. It was messing with the kids' eyes because they were on them for hours, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And that was
that makes a lot of sense. So let's move on here to let's move on here to number 5 here.
Yes,
Dustin.
sir. Overrated, underrated Christmas movies.
I underrated. Yeah, underrated for sure.
I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love them, man. I love watching them. My kids love them. We're that's our favorite holiday is Christmas and Halloween.
Mhm.
Halloween and Christmas, man. That's like
Yep.
our top notch. We'll watch all those.
I love me some Christmas movies all day.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
bro,
So Julio.
Yeah.
So real quick, we've been playing another little game with all of our guests in the month of December because we're trying to figure out what your favorite Christmas movie is. So
okay.
Dustin and I have conducted a tournament style bracket with some Christmas movies, and you're gonna go one by one and tell us what your favorite Christmas movie is. So let's start off at the top left portion of the bracket. I call it the Northwest section. So Elf versus A Wonderful Life, Julio. If they were who would win?
Elf.
Which is your favorite? Elf. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Gremlins versus A Charlie Brown Christmas?
Gremlins.
Let's go.
Gremlins. Okay. All right. What about Elf versus Gremlins?
Elf. I love Elf.
Okay. So Elf is now in the finals in the Western Conference, and we'll move on down to the southwest part of the tournament. Home Alone 1 versus Jingle All the Way.
Home Alone 1 is like a must. We see it every year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice one. Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, versus the Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
All right. So Christmas Vacation versus Home Alone.
Home Alone.
All right. All right. Now, this is where it gets hard, Julio. We have Elf versus Home Alone.
I would say Home Alone.
Home Alone. All right. So
yeah.
Home Alone makes it to the finals. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So let's move over to the Eastern Conference. We have the Santa Claus versus A Christmas Story.
Santa Claus.
All right. Polar Express versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice. So now we have the Santa Claus versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh, all right. I think we have that's an upset.
Okay.
That is an upset. So the Nightmare Before Christmas made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So we have here in the northeast portion of the bracket, The Muppets Christmas Carol versus Die Hard.
Die Hard, bro.
Die Hard. There you go. There you go. What about Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey's The Grinch versus White Christmas.
Jim Carrey, The Grinch.
All right. Die Hard versus The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Ooh, okay, okay. So now we have The Grinch versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh. I'm going to say The Grinch because my whole family loves... The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wow.
All my girls love the movie.
Hey, that's a huge upset. This is the first time we've seen The Nightmare Before Christmas making into the finals.
Oh.
So in the finals we have Home Alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Home Alone versus The Nightmare Before Christmas. Who is winning Julio's Christmas showdown?
I'm gonna say my kids and wife is gonna kill me, but Home Alone.
Home Alone. There you have it, guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
Julio's favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone. The Nightmare Before Christmas, they gave it a battle. They did well. Cinderella team made it to the finals, but couldn't pull it off. So I think that's the second. Home Alone was this. That's the second time Home Alone's been in the won the tournament, right, Dustin?
It definitely has.
Yeah. So Home Alone is up there. Do you like Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2? I didn't put Home Alone 2 on there because we only had 1 on there.
I like one more.
I thought so too. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
The rest of those, after 2, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Done with that.
So awesome. So let's get back into overrated, underrated Julio. Let's go number 6. Overrated, underrated antique booths. What do you think about antique booths?
I think they're overrated. For me and my experiences over here is most of the places are asking eBay prices on most of their stuff. But I don't own a booth, so. But in my experiences, it's been like that most of the time.
Okay. Would you ever want to own a booth?
I actually was thinking about getting one just for because there's a bunch of lower end items that could sell really great on a booth. Not worth shipping. But I've thought about it, but I have never got one yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is that something that you want to do in the future?
Yeah. We've been thinking about it for a couple of years, so I just need to just jump in it and just start one because I have enough inventory to do it.
There you go. Crispy says that he does excellent selling in an antique mall. So hey, you might have something there, Julio.
And I've seen a lot of people like that say the same thing. Definitely gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Crispy said also that Home Alone just released a Lego set. Have you seen this Lego set?
Oh, it looks cool.
Dude, it's dope. It's so dope. It's so dope. So
pull it up.
You pull it up? I'll pull it up for you.
Bro, it's fire.
It's the house, Dustin.
Oh, snap.
Bro, it's
done.
I'll pull it up for you. Look at this.
Dude. And it has the bandits.
Yeah.
That is great.
Look at that. I mean, it's
dude, that is.
Why are they just now coming out with this? So that should have been out years ago.
Right? It should have been out for real.
I think maybe licensing or something like that. So let's just see. I'm curious. Let's see how much it's going for here. So right now on StockX, you can get it for $300. Mercari's got some for $359. I wonder what the retail is though on this thing though. I'm curious. eBay lowest price on eBay is $359.
I think it's $150. If I'm
$150. Here's one right here. Oh, This one's been open, I think. No, it's just new. It's just the figures.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh, that's dirty.
Super
wow. That's crazy. That might be a hot Lego to sell in the future. So keep your eyes on that for sure. So let's move on here. Overrated, underrated, number 7. Julio.
Number 7. Overrated, underrated, Menudo.
Overrated. I don't like it.
Oh, you might hurt Ray's feelings. He
my God, bro.
He drinks it every day for breakfast. Just kidding. He doesn't drink it.
Bro, they make fun of me all the time, dude.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like to eat cow stomach for breakfast? What's wrong with you?
I don't like the cow stomach, bro.
See, he's like me on the cow. No.
I can't, and I play with the mariachi, so we get a lot of this when we go out. Like people invite us to eat.
Oh, that's right.
And I follow it. I try not to be. I just
try not to be rude and just like, this is terrible. I don't want it,
man.
but I gotta eat it anyways.
Yeah, dude. So I made my share of it for sure.
That's crazy. So for the people that may not know, menudo is a Mexican style. What would you say, like a stew?
I would say kind of like a vegetable soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got chickpeas in. Some people like to put chickpeas in it.
Mhm.
It's got some, you can put different meats in there. Usually they put cow stomach in there. I've seen some pig's feet in there. Just different things. They have radishes, onions, cilantro. I mean, my mouth is literally watering right now looking at these pictures. I'm not gonna lie. But you eat it with your little tortilla. You put some lime, some salt in there. It's great.
Yeah, I'm a pozole kind of dude.
You're a pozole.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm not that big on pozole. I like it, but I don't like it as much as I do menudo. So,
Ray, you might have to make some for Christmas Eve.
For Christmas?
Yep.
We need to find someone that makes tamales, dude.
Bro,
for Christmas.
That bread place up the road.
Wait.
They do that.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that. We'll talk later, Dustin.
Yeah, we could go on and on about this.
We go
on Christmas Eve over here.
I know. What's your favorite kind of tamale?
Rojos, like the red.
Just a regular.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give me the dessert all day.
And the rajas with cheese with the jalapenos, bro.
Oh,
those are good.
The Nice City Seller says, "You lost me at cow stomach. Don't knock it until you try it. Do not knock it.
Yeah.
Don't knock it. Don't knock it." So let's move on. Let's move on here because some people might be losing their appetite on here. So overrated, underrated, number 8, Julio, is eBay promoted listings.
It's overrated.
Okay.
I honestly dislike it, but I use it just because it makes a big difference on the views. Even if it's I've noticed even with video games, you don't get as much views on it without having it promoted. They just, and then now with this I'm not sure about the new way they're doing it now.
It's like pay-per-click promoted listings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't tested it, but
I haven't either. But I only do 3% just about on everything, but that's about it.
So you do 3% on all your promoted. You promote it like your whole store 3%.
3%, and I actually have it set up to where as soon as I list it, it's promoted to 3%.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. So you say it's overrated, but I hear you using it, Julio. Like, what's going on here?
I'm not right.
Huh?
I guess I would just say underrated then.
Like, do you think if you didn't use it, you would lose sales?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. So Crispy says, let's see what Crispy has to say. He says, when I was a manager at KB Toys in Arizona, one of my employees was an older woman that would bring in homemade tamales. So good. Hey.
Oh.
Haven't heard KB Toys in a while. Heard of that?
I know, dude. That was my stop. KB Toys.
Oh, bro. I remember that place.
I remember just looking at the X-Men action figures at KB Toys. Like literally, I can picture myself picking them up, looking at them, looking at the price, looking at the back. They were next to the wrestling figures. Oh man, what I would do to go back, right, Dustin?
I missed the going to the Madden tournaments. Just
the Madden tournaments.
They had them at the GameStops and stuff. Oh man,
dude, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Overrated, underrated, number 9, Julio. Let's see what you got, D.
The movie Sandlot.
Underrated. I think it's one of the best movies ever. I love that movie.
Yeah. Yes.
My daughter's 13 and my other one is 9, and my 4-year-old, they love it. I mean, they have a crush on one of the kids too.
I mean, Benny the Jet Rodriguez, dude, he's a legend.
Yeah, bro. Man,
he's a legend, man.
Bro, we watched that movie a lot over here.
It
Those
is.
are classic movies.
It's
Mhm.
top 10 for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, that's like every child's child. You know, like you want to be part of that group of kids, and
Dude.
it's
Mhm.
awesome. That movie is a classic. It is a classic for sure. There you go. Like I said, Christopher says Soundlock is a great movie. So many classic lines from that movie. Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
We can quote it to the cows come home.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Dude, killing me,
So
Smalls.
hey, that's right. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. So all right. So last one up here. Julio, and thank you so much for playing. Overrated, underrated, yard sales, my friend.
Ourselves. I would put those in a underrated, the same category as garage sales.
Okay.
I feel like it's the same. The people. Well, yesterday when I was at a estate sale, there was a couple talking about estate sales and yard sales, and how they prefer the estate sales because people usually pass away when they're selling their stuff. But what they don't understand is they have a company going in there and overpricing the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
When yard sale, you can get a way better deal, I think.
Yeah. I agree. I agree
Mhm.
for that. You got, I mean, those estate sales, you got to find the ones that are just like
The
you know,
owners,
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like for me, for instance, and I'm not putting that out there in the world or whatever, but if my parents happen to pass away,
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get rid of the stuff. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like, like when Dustin, like when my father was moving, we're like all this stuff, like towards the end of we had a garage sale for him, because he was moving back to Mexico.
Mhm.
And we're like, towards the end, we're like, anybody that came by, we're like, just take it. We don't want it. Like, just
take it
take
all.
whatever you want. The
Yep.
furniture, just like get rid of it. Like we did not care at that point. I literally still have like a tan line. See that?
Oh, yeah.
What?
From the
That
yard
is
sale.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. It is. Because I was wearing a cutoff shirt because it was in the middle of July, and it's from the yard sale. So by that
That
point, we
is
were hot,
hilarious.
we were hungry, we were irritated, and we're just like, get rid of it. Get
Take
it
it
out of
all.
here.
We
Take it all.
had to move the furniture and take it to the dumpster.
Yeah.
That was
and we still had to take furniture to the dumpster.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
all right.
man.
So Julio, thank you so much for playing Overrated, Underrated. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. It was cool.
There you go. So we got to know you a little bit more for sure. So guys, real quick. Oh man, I just opened something up I shouldn't have opened. So real quick, guys, the best way, if you want to follow us on all of our social media platforms, make sure you do that. Subscribe to the podcast This Week in Reselling and leave a 5-star review. And that will bump us up in the podcast algorithm for sure. And
Mhm.
guys, if you want to support Julio, make sure to follow him on all of his social media platforms. They're linked down in the description below. And if the best way, if you love me and Dustin, if you want to just support us any way that you can, go over to our merch store. It's linked down in the description below. We have some great merch that you guys can pick up. If you want this new collegiate t-shirt and hoodie with flip on it, you can purchase that. You can purchase one of the t-shirts with Dustin's patented catchphrase, risk it for the biscuit t-shirt. If you want that, that is also available.
Cool.
And all kinds of gray. We have them in gray. We have them in this tan color. We have them in white. We got great merch that you guys can choose from. So if you want to support us, go over to the merch store. We got some cheap stuff on here. We got some mugs. It's great stuff. And that's the best way that you can support Dustin and I. So the merch store is linked down in the description below. So Julio, my
Yes, sir.
friend, we got another Dustin and I. This is new. So Dustin and I started this new kind of like another game because we like to play games, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So we're calling it skip or flip. All right.
All right.
So we're gonna show you some items on here, and we're not gonna give you any information. So we want to test your knowledge.
All right.
If Julio, the Mexican picker, if he's at a thrift store, if he's at an estate sale and he looks at this item, are you skipping it or are you buying it and flipping it? So that's what we want to know. And at the end of what we show you, and everyone at home, everyone that's in the chat, let us know. Are you guys skipping or are you flipping? So are you ready, Julio?
Yes, sir.
All right. First one up, we have, let me pull it up here and I'll describe it to the people listening at home. We have this Jim Rempe special pool training ball. All right. So let me describe to the people that are listening. It's a pool ball, like the what do you call the white ball that you play in pool?
Cue ball.
The cue ball. On the ball is there's different it looks like a target on the ball. There's different numbers. There's some left and right. It's just it's a little interesting here, and this is the only picture that they had on here. So Julio, if you see this at a yard sale or a garage sale, are you skipping or are you flipping?
We're flipping.
We're flipping. All right. So tell us your thought process.
Just I've learned doing this. Anything that gives you like a manual or instructions, like it does here, is usually worth picking up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So the people at home, are y'all flipping? Or are y'all skipping? Let me know. So let's bring up the sold comps on this.
Never seen one of these either.
Exactly. Hey, that's why we want to do this, because we want to. This is kind of like the bolo portion of the show. So if people see this, they know to pick it up or drop it or whatever, right? So here is what it's worth. And let's say, I don't know, you see it at a garage sale, it's 50 cents, a quarter, $1 or whatever, right? So that very ball just sold the other last month, $36 in the package. You can get some out of the package for around $30 plus shipping. So I would say you did pretty good by picking it up and flipping it, Julio. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So a little more insight here, guys, for the people listening at home. It's gonna say the name Jim Rempe on it, JR Training Q. So you'll see JR Training Ball on there, and that's how you know what it is. And like you said, Julio, anything having to do with instruction manuals, training, or anything like that, it's usually worth some pretty good money. So,
yeah.
All right. So, Julio, next one up here, we have a Snapback Hat. It is the team, the Seattle Seahawks. It is their vintage logo, the old blue, green, Native American Seahawk on the front. It's a blue with like the spikes coming from the left going to the right. And we'll go around and we'll take a look at the hat. It's pretty clean. It's brand new. Snapback, made by New Era. It's what is, I can't remember the number of the New Era. Here we go. Snapback 950. White, in black guts, all that good stuff. So Julio, if you see this at a yard sale,
we are
this, huh?
Flipping it, bro.
You're flipping it. So give me your thought process.
Yeah, just because the reason it's clean, it's vintage. It has the shark tooth. Is that the shark tooth?
I think so.
I don't know. Is it?
I think so, bro. I think this is a really high dollar hat.
Okay. All right. So let's see what the people are saying at home. Crispy's saying it's easy flip. Dustin, what about you? What do you think?
I'd probably flip it.
You're flipping it?
Easy pictures.
All right. Let's see what the sold comps are here. Let's see what they are. All right. So the last one sold for $12.50 for bids.
Dang.
What?
So I did this intentionally, guys. So this is the reason why. So this title is incorrect. So the title on this, it says New Era Retro Seattle Seahawks Shark Tooth Hat 950 Throwback Vintage Logo Athletic, right? So this is actually New Era just acquired the license to the Shark Tooth design. So they remade these hats.
Wow.
So the actual vintage shark tooth. Here's another one where it's the Tennessee Oilers. Here's the Dallas Cowboys. The actual vintage one is made by Logo Athletics. Logo Athletics. New Era. If you see one with New Era, it is actually the remake, if you will. So here's a Carolina Panthers one, shark tooth, Logo Athletics logo on the side. This one just sold for bids $132. So
that's what it was.
So just like anything, guys, you see if something's cool, you know they're gonna remake it. Like here's another vintage Detroit Lions one. This is a Pro Line one. I believe that's another brand to look out. Or no, it's Logo Athletics also. I don't know why it said Pro Line on the. I don't think they knew what they had. On the side, you'll see the LA. So that's Logo Athletics. So there you go. There you go.
Hey.
So so that's really tricky though, Julio, because if you see it at a yard sale and you're like, "Ooh, I know this hat's worth at least $90."
Yeah, easy.
Let's say you pay $20 for it, and you're like, "Oh man, I'm gonna make $100 off of this." Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. So that's why we do this. That's why we do this to educate the people. You know,
bro. This is I'm gonna this is gonna be stuck in my head forever now.
Well, there you go. There you go. And see this one too. They took best offer on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers one. And again, this is not a vintage hat. This is a remake of a vintage hat. I guess a retro, if you will.
Yeah.
Made by New Era. So again, the brand you want to look for is Logo Athletic. So Christian says, "Oh, nice. Fool on us, Ray."
Oh, that was you got me.
Yeah. So like you said, and Crispy, this is a good point. That if you find anything that we're talking about here, guys, if you think that if you're getting it for $1.50 or whatever, and you're still flipping it for 12,
oh, bro, yeah,
by all means, Hey, but this is a clean hat. I ain't gonna lie,
it's a clean hat.
It's clean. So next one up, Julio. All right, let's see here. We have a Funko Pop, sir. This is a Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal. It's under the Funko Pop Rock line. It's number 24.
Man,
what do you?
I would have to look this up, but just by looking at it, I probably would just drop it.
You would skip it.
Skip it.
So why would you think? Tell me why you think that.
Just because it doesn't have no, how it has the. I'm not really knowledgeable with Funkos, but it usually has like a sticker on the front saying it was from like a convention
or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what do you think, Dustin? You flipping it or you skipping it?
Probably gonna skip it.
Ooh, okay. So Dustin's skipping, Julio's skipping, Crispy's over. Crispy said, "Definitely flip. It's a retired pop."
Oh, you see, I would definitely look this up before,
Oh, for sure. It's easy to look up Funko Pops for sure. So let's look at the sold comps. Are you ready? This sold for $150 on December the 8th.
Damn.
So the Michael Jackson Funko Pop, as you can see, I have it in a hard container. So this is funny because, like Crispy said, this one's retired. A good way to tell is the eyes. The mold of the eyes is different now from the new Funko Pops. And the good thing, after Michael Jackson passed away, they pulled a bunch of licensing for a lot of his products. So this actually came out in 2011. And you can see on the back, it's got like the Michael Jackson, I don't know, like his
signature.
Yeah, like something like that. So yeah. So if you see even if it's loose and not in a box, it's worth money. But
making pops in 2011.
Oh yeah, that's why those are like one of the first ones to come out. But Julio,
Mhm.
there is something that you need to know, and all the people at home, because this pop is so popular, no pun intended. They do make fake ones, right?
Oh, okay.
So a fake one on you can buy a fake one on eBay for $38.99. They call them, what are they? I can't remember. You can tell they're China versions. They call them.
Pops.
So yes. So I don't know. In the description, this is a terrible description. I hate it when they do this. But yeah. So this is not real. So you got to be careful. And to be honest, I don't know how to tell the difference between the real one and a fake one.
Mhm.
You know, I'm sure there is differences. I know Dustin and we found plenty of fake Funko Pops in the past. And when you hold it in person, you can tell it's fake. Right, Dustin?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like you can tell the
Just the
box is
feel.
like it's off colored. Like there's certain things about it that are wrong. Weird, right? But of course, if you see this at a garage sale, pick it up. There'll be ways for you to tell if it's fake or real. So just be aware of that for sure. And all the Michael Jackson Funko Pops are worth some money. So if you see a Michael Jackson Funko Pop out there, make sure to pick it up. So there you have it, guys. That is skip or flip. What do you think, Julio?
Dude, I learned something today.
Huh?
I learned something. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, bro.
Crispy said, go ahead.
What do you on the eyes? You said something about how can you tell like the
eyes are they're different. It's like a different mold. You know, like they quit using the eyes are just different. I don't know. Let me see if I can maybe pull something up for you. But let's see. What is Crispy saying here? He says, Pops debuted in 2010. I was working at the Todd McFarlane store in Arizona, and we carried them. I wish I knew then what I know now. Which is funny that you say that, Crispy, because let's go back to poppingofftoys.com, because one of the things they do have now, Julio, Funko started doing these toys called Funko Sodas. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So what that is they started putting these figures in these soda pop cans, and again they have chase versions of the figures, but you don't know it's a chase until you open the soda pop can. So it's kind of like a surprise. You know, you want to get a lot of them if you get the chase or whatever. So these just came out. So if you're into Funko Pops and you know those are worth money, these are going to be worth money because it's like the first kind of wave of them.
Okay.
So if you see them in the store, I would pick them up, maybe hold on to them, you know, like some popular ones that you see out and about, you know. So like this Willy Wonka one is pretty cool. It's sold out. So the chase version has a him holding a golden ticket, which is super cool. And you don't know it's a chase until you open it up. And it says you got the chase 1 out of 20 or whatever the case, you know. So if you guys want to go pick up some Funko Sodas, make sure to go to poppingofftoys.com and use the code Nashville Flippers. So let's see if we can. I mean, there is a way to decipher old Funkos and new Funkos. I'm not an expert at it. I'm sure I can have the owner of Poppin' Off Toys come on, and I think that would be a great.
That would be awesome.
Addition to the podcast. Just real quick, I just did a quick Google search. So if you see this figure, you see how the Hulk, the new Hulk and the old Hulk, you see how the eyes are like, it's like basically the same mold. They use the same mold for all the old ones, and they just kind of like switch it up a little bit. So that's a good way to tell.
Aren't the old ones solid black eyes? And I can't remember. Don't the new ones have like
I don't know
a little bit
exactly
of white in
how
there?
to tell. So there you go, guys. Still, I would never skip on Funko Pops, even if it's, you know, because down the road they're going to be worth money because they'll quit selling them. You know.
Yeah.
See, like you can tell this Luke Skywalker. it looks plain. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like a new one. So this one will probably be it's probably retired.
Mhm.
So and it's got the old mold. Like look at this Loki here. They're just real. They're like more simplify.
Right.
I can't say it. What am I trying to say, Dustin?
Oh, I can't even say it.
Simplified. Yeah.
Simplified.
So-
Fight.
I won't even try to say it.
Nope.
Yeah, there you go.
Pass.
So, all right, Julio.
Hmm?
So, thank you so much for playing the skipper flip. What do you think about that segment of the show?
Bro, I think it's a good addition to it. It'll
Okay.
help people out, definitely.
Awesome. But Julio, before we get you out of here, we just want to ask you a couple more questions because we want to keep you at an hour to respect your time. But you say, hey, you do eBay full time, but you're part time mariachi loco over here, man. So tell us a little bit about how you got into that, dude, and like how that helps you with your reselling or vice versa. Like what instrument in the mariachi do you play?
It's called the vihuela. It's a 5-string instrument, and it's actually one of the original instruments for a mariachi band. It's a must-have.
Okay.
And
so
it's
how do you go ahead? How did you get into that?
My dad. It was kind of weird. I was 17 years old, and my dad had a mariachi, and one of the guys left, and he wasn't gonna come back. So my dad got me into the room. He's like, "You're gonna learn," and he taught me for about a week and a half because I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't want to be in a mariachi. I did not want to wear a mariachi suit, And he taught me for like a week and a half, and then I went to go play with them. And he's like, if you don't know the chord, just pretend like you're playing and just keep going.
That's great.
That's so funny.
And I was 17 years old, man. Now I'm 38 years old now, so it's been over 20 years.
So you've been mariachi for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how many guys do you have in the mariachi right now?
We only have 4 guys. We usually sometimes have 5 to 6. It's just really hard to get musicians down here.
Okay. And where are you currently?
In Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa. Okay.
Tulsa, yep.
My brother and sister-in-law are from Tulsa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they went to school out there. They went to Oral Roberts University.
Oh, okay. We
just
played
recently
over there before.
Yeah, and they recently moved. They recently moved back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been there. I've been to Tulsa. My wife actually lived there too.
Oh.
And I can't remember what mall she worked at, but dude, she said the weather there. Every time I went out there, dude, it's terrible.
Bro,
in the snow, it's cold. And it's hot.
Yep.
We
get it all. We get it all, bro.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. But that's awesome, dude. What's your favorite mariachi song to sing?
I would say El Rey. Like, when
Vicente Fernandez
passed away. Man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, bro.
That's my dad's favorite mariachi song too, because our name is Ray, so it's like,
that's bro.
And
that's that's a very, very popular song for sure. We play it just about every time.
So, like, I'm sure you make a pretty good. You've been doing it for 20 years, and it's just fun to have a mariachi anywhere that you go.
Dude.
So I mean, Dustin and I, we both had mariachis at our wedding. So it's like it's a must. You know what I mean? It's a must, dude.
It's fun, man.
So how do you like it? How do you like it, man? And how does it like complement your reselling? Like, how do you manage? How do you manage your time between both of what you do?
It's actually not bad at all. Since I work for myself, I can go to the gigs in the morning if there's anything in the morning, or as long as he gives me a little bit of heads up. I don't play every single weekend with them anymore, just because, like with the girls, I have to like take, on the weekends we have to try to do something with the family too. So my dad understands that, and he'll call me and be like, "Hey, do you want to come with us this weekend?" Because we have like enough musicians now where I can actually like, be like, "Okay, I'm gonna take this weekend off." But dude, they've been crazy busy every single weekend all year.
That's awesome.
That's
Dustin
crazy.
and I want to start a mariachi band, don't we, Dustin? Dustin's just gonna
Yeah.
sing.
Just us two.
Just us two, right?
Mariachi of two.
And we only have 4. So we got the guitarrón, the bass,
Uh-huh.
the vihuela, which I play, the trumpet, and the violin. So
And
that's
then
what
you
we
guys
have.
all sing at this.
We
guys
all
just
sing.
all sing.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are like some of the like the events that you like? What's the one event that you guys play like over? Like birthday, wedding, Mexican restaurant. Like what brings in the most money for y'all?
It's the private parties for like birthday parties, quinceañeras, weddings. We do restaurants, but the private ones are the ones where we, because on the restaurants we give them a little discount just because they're gonna hire us every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the private ones are better. We usually stay within 2 hours away from Tulsa now. We used to travel further, but it's just not worth it because we already have a lot of business down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And how do you guys just like split evenly like the money that you make, or because you know Julio's been doing it for 20 years, he gets a little bit of a more of a cut, you know, like how does that work?
We usually split it. My dad, he'll usually get the most because he's the one that drives us around, so we'll pay his mileage and the gas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And the upkeep.
And Julio, one of the things I love about mariachis, man, is just the suit, bro. You know, like where do you guys kind of like do you wear like one suit? You guys have like multiple suits? Like where do you get them, dude?
Mexico, we get them tailored. We have somebody measure our measurements over here, and then we'll order them through Mexico.
Okay.
So they are the authentic. And before we did have to, about 6 years ago, we changed musicians because we were with and so my dad owns it. So we were with these other guys for like 10 to 15 years with them. So we had like 6, 7 different outfits. But now we got with the different people. So we have like a solid black one. So everybody, if we need to call in somebody, hey, can you come out with us? Then pretty much everybody has a solid black one.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Crispy saying that difference between Mexican restaurants in Arizona versus Central New York, no mariachi bands while I eat. It's disappointing.
Oh, dude.
So, yeah, it's nothing better than a good mariachi for sure. So
it's fun,
anytime,
man. I enjoy it.
When my wife first heard mariachi in person, she was just like, "This is incredible." She was just like, her mind was like now every event she's like, "Can we hire a mariachi? Can we get a mariachi?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Girl, you know how much these mariachis cost?" You know, it's like it ain't cheap, you know.
It is not.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, I think that's so awesome, and it's, you know, have your girls, you know, like, are they interested in maybe, you know, following in the family business a little bit with that?
I think they're mostly into like the pop culture, like the pop kind of music. Yeah. I got a couple, 2 of my daughters are like, they really love it. The music. But my younger one, every time I play, and she just gets super excited. So she might be the one that wants to pursue mariachi.
Yeah, it's always nice. Do you have a girl on your team?
No, we only have just guys.
Okay. Okay, I think it's always neat when you see a girl in a mariachi, you know.
I think so. When sometimes we play at parties and people want to sing, and the girls usually are the ones that, you know, just do the best out of most of the people. Most of the people are usually already kind of drinking, kind of.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's the craziest thing that you've seen in an event being a mariachi? Because I know being Mexican and having a couple modelos or some tequilas, you know, you get real prideful. There's bound to be some fights.
Dude, I'll never forget it. It was a restaurant. We were playing. This guy had hired us every week, and I guess he must have fired someone. one of the cooks. So the cook went that night and we met up with them where you could hear them talking, and then you could hear screaming and then throwing, and then the owner got pretty much beat up, man. We could just hear the
By the
screaming and
cook?
everything by the cook.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was
Hey.
kind of like, and then the cops came, and then we pretty much saw everything happen.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did you keep playing? Kind of like in Titanic when the ship is going down, the band just kept playing. Would you guys just like kept playing?
We weren't at first, and until the customers started noticing, then we kind of stopped.
Just kept on
That's
playing.
funny. That's
Yeah.
hilarious, man. That's hilarious. So
that was
all right.
There's stories. There's so many stories, bro.
Transition
Oh,
to sad
man.
music in the middle of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. So Julio, so we got a couple more questions for you and then we'll let you go for sure.
Yep.
So in your 6 years of reselling, my friend, what has been your biggest flip and your biggest bust?
My biggest flip, I would say, the only thing I can remember was the brand of what it was, but it was a receiver I picked up at a thrift store. I paid $10 for it, and bro, I sold that thing for $1,000.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I can't I can't remember the brand it was, because I was trying to think. I've been thinking about it, and I just can't remember.
Was it for music?
It was for a sound system.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'd have to guess that'd be something like Yamaha or something like
Yamaha
something high end like that.
I want to say Logitech. I really can't remember. But the next thing I would say, it would be a Lisa a vintage Mac.
Okay.
It was called the Lisa, and I bought that one for $250, and sold that one for about $1,400, and with 3 different parts.
That's awesome. I think the Lisa was the first ever Mac personal computer.
Yeah,
because it was named after his daughter, I think.
Yeah,
Steve Jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Utah Bakugan says, was it Denon? Was the receiver named Denon?
Denon. It was Denon.
Okay.
Denon. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Coming in for the save.
Denon.
Nice.
That's what it was, bro. Yeah.
Swamp Picker wants to know if you're still doing Poshmark.
I still have it, but I don't push it as much. I don't.
Okay.
I hardly put anything up there. It's kind of annoying, to be honest.
So tell me about that. Yeah, like what about Poshmark don't you like?
Because you have to keep sharing.
Yeah.
In order for your things to be on top. We did have like it's called Simple Posher, where it will share it for you. You just pay $10 a month, but we weren't getting enough sales to mess with it, So we just kind of, I still have it, but I don't share nothing. So I just been my store is stale there on Poshmark.
Yeah, okay. The more people that we have on here, I think like the overall consensus is that people don't like selling on Poshmark.
Yeah. Yeah, just my experience is not that great. But I will tell you one thing. I had a picture of myself on Poshmark, and when I changed it to my wife and my daughters, it started we started selling more.
Okay. So interesting.
That's crazy.
That was kind of weird.
That's sexist.
Yeah.
Poshmark. Get it together. You know? So Julio, what has been your biggest bust since selling for 6 years?
Bro, it was a buy. It was a bad buy on my part. It was a local person here that I kind of trusted, that we had done business before, and I bought a bunch of video games, and everything was tested, everything was working. So I was like, you know what, I'll take it all, and I paid them. And when I got home, maybe 2 of the consoles were only working and nothing else. I mean, everything was just trash.
Oh man.
I kind of just stopped talking to him, and I let him know what happened, and he kind of just stopped talking.
He ghosted you.
Yeah, he ghosted me.
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah, dude. And it was weird because we had, I bought so much stuff from him, and that was. But that's how it is. I mean, you got to take make sure you check everything. That's the advice I
Yeah.
would, you know.
So what kind of consoles were they? Were they like
Um,
Wii's,
Nintendos,
N64s?
Super Nintendos, they were the retro, all the old stuff.
Okay.
Most of the old stuff was not working. I had Wii's that were working, but the Super Nintendos, Nintendo 64, and none of those were working.
Dang.
Were you still able to flip them and make money? Because a lot of people, they'll take them and part them out and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I made my money back.
Okay.
That's about it.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
So
Now, when you looked at this buy, was the price like too good to be true kind of thing, or was it like pretty okay?
I think it was I paid $500 and it was about, I would say about 8 consoles
Okay.
and games and accessories. And I was gaming. I was more going for the the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, because those were the ones that were worth the most, and those are the ones that didn't work.
Oh,
That sucks.
dang. Okay. Well, good, man. Well, I appreciate you answering that question. And real quick, I wanted to pull up some of the I just typed in Denon in eBay, and just the first thing on here, December 19th, receiver $400, radio amplifier $149, $890, $940, $2,700.
Huge.
That's great.
I mean, this brand is money.
Money.
And I've never heard of it in my whole life.
Dude.
Now you have.
So, hey, that's what we do these shows, right, Dustin? We want to learn as much
We learn
from people than, So, yeah. So, Julio.
Yeah.
Last question, my friend, and then we'll get you out of here. So, for someone that's been selling for 6 years, what are some tips that you have for someone that wants to get into reselling, maybe a just reseller that's just gotten started, and someone that's been experienced reseller, that maybe, they need some tips, that they need to be reminded of like some of the things they need to consistently do, or maybe they're, losing, that momentum, like what's some good tips that you can give an experienced reseller? What's some good tips that you can give a I wouldn't say professional reseller, a seasoned reseller, if you will?
I think for me would be as the beginners to be consistent, because consistent on eBay, it really does it's key. Also organization is another thing. Start off while you're when you're starting, and start organizing, putting everything, because me doing this long, my stuff is still not organized, and we have probably over 2,500 listings up,
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get that organization when you first start. And getting a printer, a Rolo, a thermal printer, man, get it as quick as you can, because that tape, because we did that for a couple of years, that tape it on. Oh, dude, that's brutal.
That is brutal. That is brutal for sure. Dustin just recently got a thermal printer. So what would you think, Dustin? Do you think that you would have got one sooner, or like what's your?
I wish I would have got one sooner, but I just, being a reseller, trying to save some money, I'm like, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Me. Because I wanted to have this for a couple years.
Yep, exactly.
So, and luckily enough, they sent us some thermal printers, so I just gave Dustin one.
Yeah, we got super
I was like,
lucky.
here, man. Yeah, so it worked out.
Because I had one I found, it worked for a second and then stopped working. So it was like, and everybody's like, I got this one they gave us to, test and do a review on. It's like, okay.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it worked out for sure. So Glenn says, bye, have to go. Good to see you, Glenn. Glad you can stop by for sure.
Appreciate it.
So so Julio, for an experienced reseller, what are some tips, my friend?
To me, the game changer for me from last year, I started Amazon last year in 2020, and I was in a resale group, which I've never heard of. I've never been in one. And that group really opened my eyes with the retail world, because I did not do retail at all. And that's where I knew Nicety Seller and Retrospecs. I met them in that group. and it was a game changer for me. Like getting into a group, getting the bolos and it was mostly retail,
Okay.
but Amazon was just crazy. I mean, that was my first year in 2020, and just we just made some crazy money. I mean, it was insane. I would definitely recommend being in one of those just to get more experience with more people that are way more experienced than you, and taking their advice, and make sure you're working it though, because you have to make sure you're putting in the work. Because some
Nice.
people get in these groups sometimes and just don't do nothing with it, and it helped me a ton. I'm not in the group anymore, but I mean it really helped me a lot to open my eyes to the retail stuff that I had no clue about.
Nice. How long have you been selling on Amazon? 2 years?
Yeah, this is my second year.
And do you like that better than eBay, or like how's that going?
I like the velocity. Stuff sells quicker, and it has ranks. It has more. Like you'll know for sure that this stuff is gonna sell as soon as you put it in, or as soon as you put it on Amazon, that it's gonna sell quick. Not like eBay. Sometimes the prices are all over the place, and that's the thing I like about it. I didn't do as well as I did last year, but I mean, it's I learned a lot about it last year.
Yeah. Well, last year, man, that was
bro.
Everyone was at home.
Was crazy.
It was crazy. So
it was insane.
Yeah. So man, we need to. If we decide to get on Amazon, Dustin and I, we're definitely gonna have to hit you up and go from there, because that's the next step. That's the next step for sure. But we gotta find the time.
Bro, and I didn't even send nothing to FBA, so I have no clue of the FBA part. I did everything on my own.
So you did FBM, fulfilled by merchant? Wow. Okay. Nice.
So
yeah,
I highly recommend it. Get on it, bro, as soon as possible.
All right, nice. All right,
let's practice listening to our death pals for the
Especially
new
with
year.
that freaking $7 store you guys go to, man, dude.
I know. Well, see, here's the thing. Like a lot of that stuff has been, it's like open box stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't know if we can get, we can sell it on Amazon, because that stuff has to be new, right?
Yeah, but you can sell used stuff, but I'm not that. I don't know kind of nothing about that.
Yeah.
How they do that?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Julio, that concludes another amazing episode of This Week in Reselling. Thank you so much for coming on. Dude, it was fun, dude. I think we have to definitely do it again and touch a little bit more on Amazon, because so but guys, if you want to follow Julio, the Mexican Picker, on all of his social media platforms, they're listed down in the description below. And if you want to follow us, guys, all of our socials are listed down in the description below. And guys, we're like 20 people away from 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're listening to this and you haven't subscribed over to YouTube, come over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, get us over to 2K, So so anything else that you have to say to the people, Julio?
Well, I just want to say thank you, guys. Appreciate your time too. This is kind of like a first for me. I did one a long time ago, but this felt more, just more professional. I would say.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, dude, we definitely wanted to have you on because you're Raza, man. You know what I mean? You're the people, so we wanted to have you on, dude.
Dude.
So,
and that's the reason I went with Mexican Picker, bro, because I'm proud. I'm super proud of where I come from and what I do for a living, and I play in the mariachi, and I'm just super proud of it, dude. Like,
that's awesome, dude. Hey, well, maybe one day we'll go over to Tulsa. We'll watch a Canelo fight. We'll sing. We'll sing El Rey. We'll drink some Modelos, and eat some Menudo, and we're there, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So thank you so much for coming on, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate each and every one of y'all, guys. So, like always, my name is Ray.
My name is Dustin.
Julio, the Mexican Picker.
Let's go, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all. God bless.
Peace.
Thank you, bro. Peace.
Hold on, Julio.